promising the moon to close big deals. Product and engineering, they are shaking their hands saying, we can build that. Marketing, they are caught in the middle of scrabbling to figure out what to promote. Does it sound familiar? If you work in a B2B tech company, chances are you've seen this tension between sales and product. It's frustrating because it slows down growth and it creates a disconnect that hurts revenue. In this video, I will break it down step by step. Why do these teams struggle to align? How does it impact the company's success? And most importantly, what can you do to create better collaboration to drive consistent growth? Hi, I'm Elena Lehman. I'm a tech business operational expert. In the last 15 years, I worked on multidisciplinary projects, developing products, optimizing frameworks to align teams, building strategy, and designing repeatable systems that drive efficiency and scale. So let's dive in. In order to understand why these teams struggle to align, let's first look at what drives them, what motivates each team, and what keeps them moving forward. So, sales, for example, they live in a world of urgency. They have quotas to hit, deals to close, and revenue targets to meet. The faster they get the yes from a customer, the better. If that means pushing for new features, faster timelines, or custom solutions, so be it. Product, on the other hand, is focused on long-term vision and scalability. They want to build something solid, something that can scale across multiple customers, not just cater to one deal. Every rushed feature request is a potential distraction from that roadmap. Now, this is where things start to fall apart. Sales is pushing for features and faster timelines to win deals. Product is resisting trying to stay focused on long-term scalability. Neither team is wrong, but they're not working together. And here's what happens next. Sales promising something that doesn't exist yet. The customer is excited. A deal is on the table. Product, on the other hand, they get blindsided. They weren't consulted. They are frustrated. The roadmap is already packed. And deadlines get thrown around. Sales need a solution fast. Product says, it's not that simple. Leadership steps in. The deal is too big to lose. Suddenly priority shifts. Engineers are getting pulled from the work that they are doing. The roadmap gets distracted. And just like that, chaos begins. The customer might get what they were promised, but at what cost? For product, it means never-ending cycle of reacting instead of executing on strategy. For sales, it means chasing short-term wins that creates long-term pains. For the company, it means slower growth, frustrated teams, and lost revenue. So why does this keep happening? Why do companies struggle with these balance? It's not because sales or product are wrong. It's because they are operating within different growth motions. Sales thrive on sales-led growth, SLG, a model where revenue depends on direct sales effort. They live in a quarterly world where hitting targets means everything. Every lost deal feels like a missed opportunity. And they are measured on how much revenue they can bring in right now. Products, however, they are operating within product-led growth, PLG, a strategy where the product itself drives acquisition and retention. Their job isn't just to win customers today, but to build something that is scalable, reliable, repeatable, something that will still work a year from now, 5 years from now. And here's where it breaks down. Sales is rewarded for closing deals fast, so they push for customer features, pricing flexibility, anything to get a yes. And product is rewarded for consistency, so they resist changes that could derail their roadmap. And leadership, they want both. They want predictable revenue and scalable products. But without alignment, they end up putting out fires instead of driving growth. This isn't just a communication problem. It's a structural issue. A misalignment in incentives, priorities, and decision making. This is what making companies struggle. Not because one approach is better than the other, but because they haven't figured out how to make them work together. So, how do we fix that? Let's break it down. The solution isn't about picking sides, sales, product, engineering, marketing. It's about choosing between sales led growth strategy and product led growth strategy, but not choosing. Rather, it's finding the middle ground. But in order to do that, the company needs to create a system where both teams operate in sync towards shared goal, one that both teams can align with and work toward without constant friction. That means defining success in a way that benefits both teams. To do this, leadership must bring both teams together and facilitate discussion that answers key questions. Questions like, what does sustainable growth looks like for the company? What type of deals create long-term value versus short-term revenue spikes? Or how do we balance product scalability with customer demand? Once these questions are addressed, the company can establish a joint success framework that aligns sales and product. Here's a simple framework for you to embrace. First, start with the company's core growth strategy before discussing KPIs or team goals. Leadership needs to define the company overreaching objectives. So ask yourself, are we focused on rapid expansion or sustainable long-term growth? Do we prioritize acquisition, retention, or maybe expansion? What kind of customer do we want to attract? And what kind of customer do we want to keep? This high-level strategy will guide how sales and product contribute to growth. Once you have those, translate them into cross-team success goals. A great shared goal is one that both teams can influence. It should be something that benefits not only one team, but both of the sides. A bad example would be we want to increase ARR. Why? Because sales will chase fast revenue, closing short-term deals that may be the right fit. Meanwhile, product will resist custom deals that disrupt the roadmap. A better approach would be define a goal that balances short-term wins and long-term growth. For example, increase new enterprise deals by 20% while keeping custom features requests under 10% of the roadmap. Why this works? Sales still has a clear revenue target, but they must sell within scalable product limits. Product ensures scalability so they aren't overloaded with one-off requests. Another example of a self-serve model can be increase self-serve conversion by 15% while maintaining a sales-assisted expansion rate of 30%. This aligns product, which is driven by self-serve adoption, and sales, helping bigger deals to grow. And last, align success metrics that encourage teamwork between sales and product. Typically, you need to track separate KPIs, but to work together, they need joint success metrics that balance short-term wins with long-term scalability and stability. Examples of aligned success metrics can be revenue retention rate that ensures that sales isn't closing deals, but they're closing sustainable deals, or maybe percentage of deals that are closed without custom features that ensures sales isn't constantly disrupting product roadmap. Another one could be expansion revenue from sales-serve users, tracks how effectively sales leverages product-led growth opportunity. Those metrics will prevent one team's success from becoming the other team's problem. Oh, another thing, create a decision-making framework. This would be probably the final step. Define how decisions get made. Not every sales request should go into the product backlog, but not every product decision should ignore sales feedback. So establish a clear guide for prioritization. If a feature request is high impact and scalable, product builds that. If a request is custom and only benefits one deal, leadership decides that it's revenue justified. So, okay. If a free user crosses a certain engagement threshold, sales step in, at the right moment, not randomly. This framework eliminates friction by creating clear rules for collaboration. The bottom line, sales and product need to work together. The best companies don't let sales and product operate independently. They align them under one shared vision, one set of success metrics, and one decision making framework. If sales wins but product suffers, the company loses. If product sticks to a rigid roadmap while sales struggles, growth stalls. But when they work together, growth becomes scalable, predictable, and repeatable. So, what does all this mean for you? If your company is constantly fighting fires between sales and product, if teams are misaligned, if you're seeing friction instead of momentum, it's time to step back and rethink how you define success. When sales and product operate as one team, growth stops being a fight. It becomes predictable, scalable, and repeatable. So, no more last minute feature requests, no more deals that hurt long term growth, no more wasted energy on internal battles. Instead, you get a system that drives revenue while keeping your product strong. So, take this framework and ask yourself today, are sales and product in sync in your company, or are they pulling in opposite directions? If this resonates with you, drop a comment, share your experience, or let me know what challenges you're facing. Let's keep this conversation going because alignment isn't just a strategy, it's the key to scaling your company in the right way.
Free audio post production.